Hi, I'm Wes Allen. I'm going to be reviewing Stagehand for the iPhone or the iPod Touch. Currently, it's at version 1.5. I had done an earlier video of an earlier version, but there have been a lot of improvements since then, and I wanted to share them with all of you. Okay, as you can see, I have Keynote open over here. This is Stage Manager. This acts as the controller for Stagehand on my iPod Touch or your iPhone if you have one. You can see that it has a list of devices that have already been paired with this version of Stage Manager, and you can see the only one up there right now is my iPod. This is good because you don't want someone just jumping on the Wi-Fi network and controlling your presentation from somewhere else in the room, as funny as that would be. What you do is, you open up Stagehand, and it will search the network for any presentations that are open. There's the list of presentations that I've found. If there was more than one presentation open, it would actually list them all right there, and you can control them all from Stagehand. Okay, here's a close-up of the Stagehand screen. I want to show you some of the new changes that have been going on in the settings. You can now get audio feedback when you're changing slides or enabling an effect. You can disable auto-locking of your iPhone or iPod Touch screen. This has actually been around for a couple versions now, but it's very good because you don't want your remote going to sleep in the middle of your presentation. You now can also change settings for your notes view and your slide view. So there's different things that are going on. Notes view, you can still change your text size, small, medium, or large. I like medium. You can actually change your display to go light on dark background in case you're in a very dark room and you don't want to have your face glowing in the middle of the presentation. You can also turn off one of the newest features of the presentation on the notes view, which is a toolbar. You can turn it on or off. I actually kind of like it. You can customize your different tools. On the toolbar, one of the newest features is the ability to control audio on your Mac from Stagehand. So if you have a movie or a presentation, you want to turn your audio up from where you're standing, now you can do that, which I find to be wonderful. When Stagehand first came out, one of the biggest requests was the ability to change slides inside Slide View. This has been around for a while, but now Slide View has its own setting screen. You can turn on presenter display now, as a matter of fact. So if you've ever seen Keynote present in a dual screen setup, we'll put up both your current slide and the next build or next slide next to each other. You can show that on your iPod Touch now while you're using Stagehand. Advanced gestures, default is normally off, but you can resize your highlighter, which we'll demonstrate in a little bit. Change slides, which is wonderful. You can resize and change slides in a single swipe to navigate, and just in case you don't want to have to use two fingers. That's the typical change slide motion for the display view. Here you see the presentation information screen. Is the title of the first slide of the presentation. I gave it the creative name of double click to edit. It tells you what computer that it's on, in case you have multiple computers running Stage Manager. It tells you you can tell it what slide to start at, how many slides are in the presentation. You can turn a timer on to keep track of your presentation. Although, if you get booted out of Stagehand or Stage Manager for some reason or another, it does not start from where you picked up. I don't even know if that's possible, but it would be kind of fun. Beginning your presentation from Stagehand is as easy as pressing begin. And now we are here in what's called Notes View. I want to show you a couple things about this before we go on. It has your slide build over here, the number of slides, and also the number of builds. So if there's a fraction next to that number, which you might see a little later, it's going to show you how many builds are on that particular slide, which is really helpful. Your index button is up here, so you can go to your, jump to any slide you want to in the presentation. The newest feature is the toolbar here at the bottom. You can go, obviously, left and right. You can screen lock. So I'm going to try to demonstrate this. If you go to landscape mode and you have screen lock on, it obviously is not going to switch. If you take screen lock off and you go to landscape mode, it will change to the slide view. Another big feature that's been requested is the ability to blank the screen either to white or black. The default is to go to a black screen by pressing that button, and you can restore it, and I'll show you that in a little bit. Here's the presentation open on the screen. I'm going to put Stagehand right here on the side here. First I want to show you the blank screen. If you blank the button, the screen will go dark. Restore screen, and it comes back up again. Normally, when you're switching slides in Stagehand, you're just going to be sliding your finger. One swipe changes the screen to the next. This is the first screen that I have that has slide notes. You can see them displayed on the screen there. You can also go back and forth by pressing these new buttons on the toolbar. This is helpful if your hands get a little clammy, if you're nervous. Sometimes it's hard to get a recognized swipe on your iPod Touch or on your iPhone screen, and now you have the ability just to press a button to go back and forth. Now you have a preview of the slide or a thumbnail of the slide on your screen. A neat thing, take two fingers and swipe, and it will bring up the next build. And that is, it's been around for a little while, but it's now a really useful feature. As always, Stagehand's killer feature is the ability to highlight. Tap anywhere on the screen, and you can see the screen in the background goes dark. To get out of highlight mode, double tap on the screen, and it comes up light again. I've opened up another presentation to demonstrate how Stagehand can be used to control the volume on your Mac for outputting of videos and things like that. What I'm going to do is I'm going to start the video.
Good morning, everyone.
And you can hear the sound. I'm going to go to the index, and I'm going to hit set computer volume.
The spirituality behind our ministry, because unlike many of your other presenters,
and that brings up the screen.
Currently pastoring a local
now I'm going to do the slider.
Regional pastor of ABCNJ.
All the way down. Slider. All the way up. You have no idea how useful that feature is going to be for me. Well, that's Stagehand and Stage Manager 1.5 briefly. One thing I do want to point out is that this application works only on Wi-Fi. This is due to limitations in the iPhone's Bluetooth stack, and also the iPod Touch doesn't have Bluetooth at all. A lot of people ask whether or not you can use Stagehand or Stage Manager then, because you're going to be limited to a place where there is Wi-Fi connectivity. On your Mac, it's very easy to create a local Wi-Fi network. It's called a ZeroConf network or a Bonjour network, and you can just connect your iPhone or your iPod Touch to that Wi-Fi network, so you can actually use Stagehand and Stage Manager anywhere that you are doing a presentation. With this new version, Stagehand and Stage Manager really do make up the most impressive presentation remote that I have used, either physical clickers or other digital remotes that give you slide view, similar to what Stagehand does. And I am looking forward to what's coming in the future, because every version has gotten better and better and better. You cannot drop a better $8 if you are using presentations with Keynote regularly.